Chapter 7. Google can't handle the truth. Living on a Hail Mary prayer. President Pelosi could happen. Washington Post. While we're lost on Fantasy Island, let's pretend Mike Pence was last seen at a strip club with Hunter Biden on bad coke that tastes like chalky Ajax while ignoring his wife's prayer hands emojis. The frazzled mook. These days, Robert De Niro looks like Betsy Ross falling apart at the seams. The loudmouth bit actor. Is it me, or does Michael Rappaport still sound like he's auditioning for the role of Wigger number 3 in the Jump Around video? It's too bad Louis doesn't have a show anymore for him to play a loudmouth asshole in such convincing fashion. Bust up Google good. Google CEO Sundar Pichai says Google faces intense competition all the time. But Yahoo isn't the new gunslinger in town anymore, and Bing can't match Google's bling. Even Ask Jeeves failed to get much search love throughout the remains of its day. But seriously, America, if Google doesn't manipulate search results, then why is it harder to find positive mentions of Trump on Google than it is to find a film blogger on Rotten Tomatoes who called The Irishman underrated? NPR isn't biased. They interviewed a cop last week to ask him questions about whether blue balls matters, since the eradication of bail eliminates any sustained stiffage over the prospect of cops being able to keep the bad guys off the streets by the time de Blasio wraps up his 10-pound curl regimen at the Park Slope Y. The fucking P dossier. How can you respect the intelligence of our so-called intelligence agencies, or for our baby boomer parents that actually still believe in this fantasy tale, for thinking a so-called golden shower tale involving Trump and Russian hookers at the Ritz-Carlton in Moscow was a good enough reason to spy on his campaign while running for president of the United States, especially knowing Trump is a notorious germaphobe and could hire a bunch of Ivanka lookalikes to pee on each other at Trump International Hotel whenever he likes. Second, you don't think Melania can talk dirty in Slovenian and a mink hat from Spies Like Us? Third, I see Trump's first wife, Ivana, with the big sunspot tits being more of a pearl necklace type. Fourth, if I'm Trump, I'd rather watch Marla Maples shower herself down under gold shower heads through a spy cam on my Gulfstream while watching the Masters tournament on another flat screen pre-fake news while sucking down another Diet Coke. Bernie Sanders does Williamsburg. Do I look like Obama 2.0 to you? I haven't seen my wife in a bathing suit since '86. Hillary shouldn't have hired Lena Dunham as her social community manager for her election campaign. Only Lena Dunham can make Hillary less likable and relatable in one blubbery swoop. The hunchback of open borders fame, Biden on why he's running for president. German Prime Minister Angela Merkel begged me to run. She can't bear the brunt of open borders on those mushed shoulder pads alone. All the W massages in the world can't undo those back knots of our country's grave digging despair. Willie Brown put gunk in her hair. The New York Times calls Kamala Harris a pragmatic moderate. She'll blow you for a beamer, but gag on it if you make her attorney general. She blew the married mayor of San Francisco. Never mind. Bill Burr predicts. Duh. Bill Burr says, I don't see anyone beating Trump this election. That's like saying, I don't see Louis ever being denied stage time at the Comedy Cellar, even if Louis traded in his shirt and jeans look for a trench coat, sunglasses, and Sarah Silverman's hoodie to wipe up with. Historic landslide coming. The only thing historic about Obama is his refusal to honor the White House tradition of U.S. presidents past of not talking shit about the replacements, despite his administration being caught illegally spying on the Trump campaign in 2016 because he's slipping, falling, I can't shut up, judged by the fruit he enables. If Joe Biden is a real man of integrity, then why wouldn't he tell his son Hunter to cut out knocking up baby mama strippers on crack or refrain from creaming in his dead brother's wife after the cremation ensued? Bank on bet, getting dem old blues. Joe Biden calling the Democratic Party a unifying force is like calling the Clinton Foundation a charity for others. And Julia Louis-Dreyfus could have been Joan Rivers if she stuck to stand up. While we're at it, let's accuse President Trump of being a non-discriminatory horn dog like Bill, who's allergic to high-end trim. Next, still your President Trump through 2024. We'll give the Presidential Medal of Freedom to Bette Midler for her contribution to making Drag Queen Reading Hour great again. Inspiring drag queens to show their faces in public during broad daylight under incredibly unforgiving fluorescent library lights, knowing Dolly Parton impersonators don't look as flattering without wearing such heavy makeup. If President Trump feels more generous than usual, he'll invite the chipmunk Chucker from Golden State and the rest of his family to the White House for his post-inauguration winning ball after he wins the popular vote and the electoral this time, to prove that Ray Allen Light in the clutch department too should have left his fake news persecuted existence, being a son of NBA royalty back in San Francisco, where Janice got out when the getting was good. So, cry, cry, baby!